Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for February 20th, 2026. Solid week of new arrivals. Got most of the stuff in this week. The last couple of weeks it's been kind of, we get partial shipments and then the rest came after the filming of the video, but I think we got everything for this week and a few things from last week to show you guys. A couple of pre-orders, nothing huge. We got the rest of the Analog Productions 40th anniversary stuff on the website, CDs, SACDs and vinyl, so those are available for pre-order. I had all the stuff that's coming out the soonest up first, but the stuff that had TBA, to be announced dates, some of those, it took us a little while to get the system updated with that SKU information. 4 new Dream Theater titles are coming out, all on clear vinyl, all on March 27th. A Dramatic Turn of Events, self-titled, Black Clouds and Silver Linings, and The Astonishing, that is a box set. They announced a Smashing Pumpkins Gish indie vinyl exclusive, so it's like a splatter variant. They're doing it on black vinyl, but they announced the Splatter RSD Essential coming May 29th. Devo, Are We Not Men? This is the Rhino Hi-Fi, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. That is coming out March 20th. I myself haven't even heard it because I'm so used to these coming out now to independent record stores a little bit after a release that I've been just waiting. So yeah, that is coming out March 20th. I myself am looking forward to hearing it. Okay, so let me show you guys. Oh, no Whatnot as well this Thursday. I was out of town for a couple of days and I got to get caught up. We had a huge event over the weekend, so yeah, catching up from that. Box set, start there. Phish, this is New Year's Eve, 1993. Let's see, Phish's complete New Year's Eve performance from 93 on seaweed vinyl with water vinyl plus water vinyl pressing. I'm guessing those are just the colors. Cut by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grumman Mastering. This is including a cut-out Phish aquarium set. All right. On Jump Records, Chris Bellman, I think, does all of the Phish, at least in the last 10 or so years. First record to show you guys, and it is an absolute banger. I can't recommend this enough. It's such an iconic record. This is all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Not from the original, from a flat transfer of the original master tape. Beautiful tip-on jacket. This is from Intervention Records. Beautiful tip-on jacket. This is actually cut at 45 RPM, but unlike most 45 RPMs, it's still on one disc. This is an album that ran a little short, so they were able to up this to 45 RPM without needing to do a second disc. So you get all the benefit of a 45 RPM and none of the drawback. It's fantastic, but all analog, cut from tape by Kevin Gray, and what an iconic record this is. Johnny Cash, songs, this is brain fart, with his hot and blue guitar. Rock Island Line, Folsom Prison Blues, Cry Cry Cry. God, it's just, what a great record. I had a test pressing on this. I did a standalone video talking about how killer this was and how good the Carl Perkins was. Of the two, and I even said, I believe at the time, that Johnny Cash is significantly a better album musically, although, an album like this is a restock, we were sold out of it. Carl Perkins, the dance album, I think there's multiple tunes, I know there's multiple tunes on here that have been covered by not only the Beatles, but Elvis as well, including Blue Suede Shoes, Matchbox. Everybody's Trying to Be My Baby. I mean, a great record. Same thing, Honey Don't. Mastered from a flat transfer of the original master tape. Beautiful, 45 RPM, done by Kevin Gray. The Johnny Cash is going to sell like crazy. Once I start playing it in the store, you guys will know what I'm talking about. It's amazing, but highly recommend it. Sonny Boy Williamson, The Real Folk Blues. This is the latest from the Chess 75th Anniversary series. Yeah, they're great records. Some of them not the best recordings. That Muddy Waters record that came out. Essentially, it was a compilation of all of his singles, and some of the singles came from 78s. So the sound quality varied, but destroyed the original, destroyed reissues, phenomenal sounding. Looking forward to this. Sonny Boy Williams, The Real Folk Blues. And the best of Little Walter. My Babe's on here, one of my all-time favorite blues tunes. A lot of you guys might know this next album. This is from Angelo Kelly. This is his latest album. The name of it is Alive. German artist. Kind of, if you're not familiar with Angelo Kelly, you can stream, actually he has a YouTube channel, you could stream some of this music. I think he has Are You Alive available to stream, like kind of a making of the album. Anyways, I am the only person in North America that actually sells this record. He sent these to me directly. There is a splattered vinyl version, which is this. There's also a 45 RPM, hasn't come yet. The 45 RPM and this single disc 33 are both all analog, analog mixed, and analog mastered. This was done by Chris Bellman at Burning Grumman Mastering. Angelo actually flew over from Germany, mastered this record with Chris Bellman, and then came into Phoenix, and we went to a basketball game. He took me to a Spurs game. Fantastic basketball game, but we listened to a acetate of it, and it's a great sounding record, and it's nice to see modern records being recorded all analog. This is on Universal. Angelo Kelly, if you're not familiar, was part of the Kelly family. Huge in Europe, not the biggest in the United States, but you can actually, like I said, go to his website or his YouTube channel. It's just Angelo Kelly, and you can sample some of the music. But yeah, I've got this is called Twister Color. Includes a full-size 8-page booklet. Twister Color, and I will have, I'm thinking the 45 RPMs in the next couple of days. The order got separated, and I just literally got those a couple of hours before filming. The next in the Blue Note Classic series, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray, we got J.J. Johnson's The Eminent J.J. Johnson Volume 2. And Thelonious Monk's Genius of Modern Music Volume 2. So for Blue Note Classics, it is the day of the Volume 2. This was supposed to be in a video, I believe last week, or maybe even the week before. The copies that I got came smashed to pieces by UPS, so I had to reorder them, and here they are. This is Joe Chambers' Double Exposure, part of the Time Traveler series, which has been fantastically successful. These are beautiful tip-on jackets, remastered and cut, all analog from the original tapes by Matt Luthans at the Mastering Lab. It is essentially, you know, it's licensed from Concord, but it's the Muse catalog. It's like the Tome Poet equivalent from the Muse catalog, minus Kevin Gray. In import from Japan, we've got B.B. King's Rock Me Baby from P-Vine. This is an actual Japanese pressing. Yeah, I'm almost positive. Japanese pressing. I believe these are... I can't tell because it's in Japanese, but a lot of these are actually manufactured in Japan. Okay, a record that has been out of print for a very long time, and originals are like 50 bucks. So this is going to be and hard to find. So this is going to be a welcome addition to just the regular bins for people to pick this record up in. This is George Michael's Faith. This is the single disc version, like the album originally came out. This is half-speed mastered. Then we've got two other versions. We've got, let's see, this is the album essentially spread out onto two discs. So higher fidelity, and it also includes, oh, wait a minute, it might be the same record. Includes a full-length 12-inch version of I Want Your Sex, the Mahogany mix. Let's crack this puppy open. My thinking is they would have spread it out a little bit and then included the 12-inch at the end, but maybe they just made it as a standalone 12-inch. Let's see, side 3. Yeah, I think that's what they did, because what do we got? Monkey and Kissing a Fool. Yeah, so they did separate it. So you got Monkey and Kissing a Fool on side 3, and then the bonus tracks on side 4. So you're going to get higher fidelity because they have eliminated some of the groove cramming that the original suffered from. Now let's get this back in here. Okay. Comes in one of these eco bags, no cellophane. Keep the outer bag to protect this record. Made with care, respect for the planet. I like it because they didn't put it on crappy eco vinyl, which mostly sounds terrible, and it includes its own reusable bag. So hard to dislike that. And I also have it on red vinyl. Same thing, double disc on red and black marble vinyl. Great soundtrack. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? This is the 25th anniversary edition, indie exclusive color, Dapper Dan red, and a bona fide gatefold jacket. So I have it in Dapper Dan red and plain Jane black. I don't know. They didn't give this one a name, but this is on black. Grammy, ACM, and CMA award-winning album of the year. It was a huge album when it came out. A lot of good tunes on it. Mumford & Sons, Prize Fighter, the new album. Couple of Bob Dylan reissues, starting with Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. We've got, these are just standard Sony versions. Bob Dylan's Oh Mercy. Bob Dylan Unplugged, 2 LP set. And Bob Dylan Time Out of Mind, 2 LP set as well. All right, we've got a purple vinyl edition of Kate Bush's Hounds of Love, a Phish People reissue. What do we got? A lot of records here, huh? The Neighborhood, Ultrasound is the name of this record. This is the indie vinyl version on Sand Dollar mauve colored vinyl, including 5 bonus tracks. Mika, Hyperlove. This is the new album from Hilary Duff on pink vinyl. The name of this album is Luck or Something. There is Hilary Duff. And if you come in and buy it locally, the label sent me some Hilary Duff stickers. So you can accessorize maybe, you know, your vinyl record. Or, you know, whatever else you want to accessorize. KMFDM Enemy. Got a nice restock. Normally I would cut this out and just edit the video, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to take a drink of this water. A lot of my edits you see are me taking a drip of water, you know, drink of water because, you know, I talk a lot during these and sometimes I get parched. It's dry in the desert. From Music on Vinyl, we've got John Cale's Vintage Violence. This is limited edition of 1,000 individually numbered copies on crystal clear vinyl. This is number 393. From Music on Vinyl, we've got Living Color, Time's Up, 1,500 copies on translucent green colored vinyl. Number 201. Colosseums. Valentine Suite, Music on Vinyl, limited to 750 copies on white and pink colored vinyl. This is number 67. Joe Satriani from Music on Vinyl. This is There Love in Space, number to 1,200 copies on white colored vinyl. Number 1,067. And another Satriani, Not of This Earth, number 1,138 of 1,200 on red colored vinyl. The Satriani stuff's nice to get in stock because you don't really find his records used and nothing really is in print. Chris Whitley, Living with the Law, 35th anniversary edition, limited to 1,000 copies on gold colored vinyl. Number 610. Sugar, Copper Blue on Citrus Eco Vinyl. Another title from Music on Vinyl. The Walker Brothers, Lines on gold colored vinyl, 50th anniversary edition. A couple of imports from the UK. We've got Adam and the Ants, Prince Charming from Sony Music. And The Singles. This is a 2 LP set, Adam and the Ants. Leanne My Ego Told Me To, limited edition green vinyl on Virgin Music. Joan Osborne, Relish Remastered Triple Platinum album featuring the smash hit One of Us. Ace of Base. I had a single of Ace of Base when I was 11, 12 years old of The Sign. A single of The Sign. Ace of Base, The Bridge. This is the 30th anniversary edition. Red vinyl plus four postcards and a unique band interview. We've got Alton Gunn, Garrup. This is an indie vinyl exclusive on Sunburst Splash colored vinyl. On Tommy Boy, we've got various artists, so a comp, Freestyle Rewind, Essential 80s Freestyle Grooves, Information Society, TKA, One Way Love, Jasmine's On the Loose. 2 LP set of Jahain Akito. Chilombo is the name of this record. I'm sure I did not butcher that at all, guys. Just take that to the bank. Disclosure. Energy, 5th anniversary limited edition Zoetrope. Ah, the 5th year anniversary. What is that? The paper anniversary? I don't know, maybe the Zoetrope anniversary. Okay, M83, Hurry Up, We're Dreaming. This is an import vinyl on clear pink and clear blue vinyl. Made in France. The new album from Miguel. I've told this story multiple times, and I'll never not be able to tell this story because I get traumatized a little bit every time I see Miguel's face. I went and saw Sia in Phoenix. Miguel was the opening act. I told the story in detail on some of my live streams. But during the show, Miguel was dancing, you know, he was swinging his hips and his pants split open. Miguel had no underwear on and he was helicoptering the whole arena. And it was quite the helicopter that he was helicoptering with. But I went to see Sia. I had good seats, so I was in like the 3rd row. I was there with my ex. She thought it was the greatest thing ever. I was a little traumatized. But yeah, Miguel, the new album, All I Want Is You. If I have to live with that image now, you do too. Watermelon cream colored vinyl. This is Alexandria K. Second Wind. We've got Megan Maroney, Cloud 9. This is Megan's signature pink colored vinyl. She has her own pink. That's ludicrous. No, not that. This is ludicrous. But I make my own jokes, folks. I'll be here all night. Beck for the first time. 25th anniversary of Ludacris's debut on Def Jam. Drew Hill, Enter the Drew. 2 LPs on black vinyl. I finally got enough copies to cover my pre-orders, and now more copies of Bad Bunny. Yeah, I showed this last week. I told you guys I had more on the way. I had the order up for I had it up for pre-order. He played the Super Bowl, and my pre-order numbers like quadrupled, so I didn't get enough to cover because they came. All the pre-orders literally came like a couple of days before the release of the album. His Super Bowl appearance and new album drop were timed perfectly from a marketing standpoint. You couldn't beat it. The 60th anniversary reissue of John Lee Hooker's debut album on Riverside Records, The Country Blues of John Lee Hooker, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. It is on my top 100 imprint analog records you should own list. This is a restock. I think a lot of these are restocks, a lot of them from my list of the best 100 imprint analog records you should own. including one of my favorites, Lou Donaldson's Mr. Shingling. Absolute great funky drumming record. If you like drumming, backbeats, that type of thing, you'll dig this record. Curtis Amy's Katanga, also from the top 100 imprint analog records you should own list, the new 2025 version. Same thing, Bill Evans' Trio, Sunday at the Village Vanguard, that made the list. Grant Green's Nigeria. Clifford Brown and Max Roach, Acoustic Sound Series, all analog, cut from tape by probably Matt Luthans. Yeah, Matt Luthans. Another Acoustic Sound Series, Bashin', the undisputable Jimmy Smith. Organ Grinder Swing, the incredible Jimmy Smith. Same thing, Acoustic Sounds Series. Couple of restocks from Blue Note Classic. We've got Sonny Rollins. This is just Sonny Rollins Blue Note 1542. Great title. Jimmy Smith's Back at the Chicken Shack. Again, these are all analog, cut from the master tape by Kevin Gray, the Blue Note titles. Paul Chambers, Bass on Top, Blue Note Tone Poet. These are just restocks of titles I haven't had in a while. I always save those for the end of the video. It's time. Jackie McLean, one of my favorite Blue Note covers of all time. From ECM, part of the Luminescence series, which is also all analog, Benny Maupin, The Jewel in the Lotus. I wonder what this has come down to. Before this was reissued, this was like a $100 record. My guess is it probably didn't come down, but yeah. And Taylor Swift's Fearless Platinum Edition. I never can seem to order enough Taylor Swift. I've made mistakes where I've accidentally ordered like 100 of a Taylor Swift record versus like the 10 that I wanted to order. And I think to myself, oh man, I'm going to get stuck with a bunch of Doesn't happen. Taylor Swift sells. All right, guys, you can buy all this stuff online at theingroove.com. Until next time.